Hi everybody from TechnoLost, so welcome to the full review of this HTC One. Well, it's been a month since I started using this HTC One, so I hope that this review will be quite accurate. As I told you, I hope so. Well, let's start with the quick hardware recap of the technical specs of this device. We have the CPU, which is the APQ8064T, which is nothing but the Snapdragon 600, the latest Qualcomm CPU, which is a quad-core, of course, clock at 1.7 GHz, and the production service of 28 nanometers, and it does support the DDR3 memory type. Although this device does just have 2 GB of DDR2 of RAM. Then we have the GPU, which is the Adreno 320. We have, of course, the display, which is the 4.7 inches display with a full HD resolution and 468 pixels per inch with a very high density indeed. Then we have the technology, which is Super LCD 3 with Gorilla Glass 2 covering the display, of course. And this display has gorgeous viewing angle, let me tell you, gorgeous color representation. I mean, it's very good to be an LCD. We have wonderful black level and very good viewing angles and extremely good under direct sunlight visibility. So this is one of the best display in my opinion, actually, on any Android device and in general on any other device. Then what else? We have LTE connectivity, of course. We have the camera sensor, which is the 4 megapixel backside illuminated sensor with a lens of an aperture size of f2.0. HTC called this sensor ultra pixel, which is nothing but a marketing name, marketing brand, let's say. Then we have this gorgeous unibody metal aluminum, to be more precise, is aluminum. This gorgeous metal body, really wonderful. So finally we have premium materials in an Android device, which is something that we are not used to. But this is a very good looking device with wonderful design and great materials. Well, this is for what concerns the quick tour of the hardware specs. Now let's talk about the software. We have Android version 4.1.2, but 4.2.2 it's been already released on XDI, so it won't take too long to see it officially released on this HTC One. Then we have the Sense 4 5.0, which is the latest incarnation of this Sense. And as you can see, we don't have anymore all the 3D effect that we have in the previous Sense. And let me tell you, this is nothing but a good thing, because as you can see, it's extremely fast, no lag at all, really smooth in using this Sense 5.0. Moreover, we have few additions that I will show you in a few seconds. The first very interesting things, of course, is the possibility to customize the lock screen. Just let me show you. We have several, no, not this one, of course. We have several ways to customize the lock screen. We have what is called lock screen style. You have, of course, nothing but the wallpaper and the quick shortcuts. Then we have this one, to me is the most interesting one, which is called productivity, which means that we can select whether to display missed calls or missed messages or even emails. For what concerns emails, we just can have notification for stock emails client. So I mean, with stock I mean not the Gmail client from Google, but the HTC email client, of course. And we have even the possibility to display calendar events, of course. Then we have, in case we listen to music, we will even have the music quick quick panel to control the music. Then we have the photo album. We have the music here with the music widget bigger, and we have the no lock screen with it nothing but using the first page in our home. Then we can even customize the home screen. Of course, we can even just perform a pinch in like this, pinch out. In this case, we can select which of this home page will be the default home. Of course, we can add new panel, but we can have at maximum 5 panel. And this is what it's really appealing to me. We cannot reorganize the panel position. So once you create a panel in a position, you cannot move it in another place. This is a small problem, but it's a pity. We have, of course, many widgets, although not so many widgets as we used to have in the previous Sense. And just let me tell you, to me this is nothing but good, because maybe we had too much widget in the previous Sense version. What else? We have the notification bar, but as you can see, we have nothing but this power saver on toggle, which is really appealing. I mean, maybe HTC should take more time and have a better quick toggle panel here in the notification bar. We cannot even remove this power saver on toggle, which is really annoying when we just can select or deselect it and nothing more. But don't worry, in the next 4.2.2 that will be released, as I told you, in I hope few weeks, we will have finally the 4.2.2 quick panel for what concerns toggle. So it will be really interesting to use 4.2.2 on this HTC One. Nowadays, the only things you can see using such surrogate quick panel like this one I'm using, but there are so many other choices into the Play Store, of course. What else? We have what is called Blink Feed, which is this news hub, which is really interesting. We can, of course, customize it and select what topics and services insert into this Blink Feed. We can just use some featured headlines, or we can, for instance, set up our services like Facebook, Flickr, LinkedIn, Twitter, and we can decide where to include apps like Calendar, HTC Share, Kit Mode, Best Deals, and TV. And we can even, of course, search or better select whole categories of news. So the final result is this kind of views, as it does remind a little bit of Flipboard. Maybe it's for a few things it's a little bit better because it's integrated inside the device itself. The only downside is that we cannot remove completely Blink Feed. What we can do is, for instance, we can decide that Blink Feed won't be our default homepage, but we cannot remove it at all. Anyway, in the new version 4.2.2, we will be able, I think, to even remove Blink Feed itself. Then we even have a new restyle for what concerns the app drawer. As you can see, we already have this clock and weather widget inside the app drawer itself. We have, of course, folders inside the app drawer, and we can, this is really interesting, when we move an application from the app drawer to the lower bar here, the application itself will be removed from the drawer. So you won't have duplicate application from the drawer and the quick bar on the bottom of your screen, which is very good. Of course, if we take the application back into the app drawer here, we won't have it anymore into the folder. So this is really an interesting, an interesting evolution of the October of this Sense 5. What else? We even have a very, very good keyboard. Just let me show you. As usual for HTC keyboard, of course, this one is very, very good. Good size for what concern single keys. It's quite easy to type. Just let me change the language, sorry. We even have the swipey gesture, which is really interesting. You can decide to customize the gesture colors, swipe colors. Just let me show you. Yep, trace colors yellow. We can even decide to have different colors for trace. We can decide whether or not to activate arrow keys, to have or not trace keyboard, vibration feedback, sound effect, and so on. We can even have bilingual prediction. I mean, prediction does work really, really well into this keyboard. And this is a very good keyboard even for what concern, because we have comma and full stop in always usable here, and it's a very, very good layout to me. Moreover, although this cannot be activated inside the keyboard itself, but into the menu, just the accessibility menu, we have this wonderful show magnifier. I mean, several other OEM implemented the magnifier into the keyboard, but it was not as good as this one. This one is very, very good because it's fast. It does move very, very smooth like this. Just let me zoom a little bit so you will be able to appreciate better this very, very good magnifier, because it's very, very fast, smooth, no problem at all in using. This is really, really useful. Great work, great job, great work. Sorry guys. What else? This is for concern this Sense 5. We even have another settings here for concern the energy saving, power saving, sorry. We have this power saving settings where we can decide where to have conserve CPU power, reduce screen brightness, turn off vibration, and turn off data connection as soon as the screen turns off. This is not too useful to me. I mean, something not too far from this one was into the Xperia Z, but let me tell you, was far more useful, because you can even decide what to keep always connecting, although you turn off the connection for any other device. So you could set up some exception, so few apps won't turn off the connection when the screen turns off. It was really, really far more useful than this one. Moreover, and this is typical from the latest HTC device like HTC One and One X Plus and this HTC One 2, we cannot have the display time. This is annoying, I don't know why, but we don't have display time. We even have this sleep mode that automatically turn off data connection during long periods of inactivity, and we have of course fast boot. So these are all the more or less all the settings for what concern this new Sense 5, this HTC One. Now I already talked to you about the multimedia quality of this device in the dedicated multimedia focus. So picture are very good in every light condition, which is really important in everyday life, because you can be sure that you can take the perfect picture no matter what kind of light you have in your scene. This is really important. Nevertheless, in few cases and for few people, maybe this camera has not the right details level, because 4 megapixel if you're using retina display or better display with resolution higher than full HD, maybe 4 megapixel are a little bit too low for you. Anyway, very good picture, very fast shooting camera, good video too. So this is a really good device for concerned multimedia. Even considering these great two audio speakers here and the dedicated amplifier that beats audio, this is a perfect multimedia machine, let me tell you. So, but if you want to know more about the multimedia side of the HTC One, you can give a look to my dedicated focus. Then now let's see the browser of this device. We are lucky here because this device has stock browser and not the Chrome based browser like the S4. So what does this mean? It means that we will have Flash support, and as you can see, full screen support with quick panel here, which is to me a very good way to use the browser in devices with small displays like this one. And it's extremely smooth, fast. This is very strange. I mean it's weird that we have the opposite of what was happening between the HTC One X and the Galaxy S3. For those of you remembering the HTC One X and the Galaxy S3, the HTC One X had, you know, a horrible browser as soon as it was released on the market. Later on, of course, HTC, you know, updated the browser and it got a little bit better, but at the beginning it was terrible, not smooth, not fluid, and horrible when using Flash. While on the other side, the Galaxy S3 had a great browser, extremely fast and smooth, and no problem with Flash at all. Now we have the exactly opposite situation. I mean, we have the great browser on this HTC One and not so good browser on the Galaxy S4. This one is very good. I will activate Flash, as you can see, and although Flash is activated, it's extremely fast nevertheless, so no problem at all, even in pinching in and out. Moreover, we even have text reflow, which is great. To me, it's a perfect way to read news on to browse the web on small display. And as you can see, it's extremely fast, so no problem in text reflowing. So very good browser for this HTC One. So we saw the browser, we saw the Sense 5, and we talk about the multimedia side. So let's sum up and see the pros and cons of this device. This is another new feature of Sense 5 that I was forgetting to tell you about. It's the, of course, multimedia. This is a multitasking menu. We can, you know, close with a small swipe gesture the open apps. So let's sum up the pros and the cons. So the first cons is, of course, the fact that we don't have any kind of quick toggle panel. I mean, this is not such a terrible cons because, as I told you, on version 4.2.2, HTC already inserting the new quick toggle panel, so we won't have any problem in the future. Then we cannot remove blink feed at all, and these should be, you know, updated into the version 4.2.2, so we will have the possibility to completely deselect the blink feed. Another cons to me is the fact that pictures are very good, don't get me wrong, but in few situations, if you're using retina display or display higher than full HD resolution, maybe 4 megapixels are maybe not enough for you. Then, and this is another problem, maybe just my problem, but 32 gigabyte of non-expandable internal storage may be not enough for everyone. I mean, I used to bring with me 12 gigabyte of music and, you know, apps, music, and few less stuff. I just got 4 gigabyte left, which may be not too much in some situations if you plan to have to take many videos all together. Maybe 4 gigabytes are free storage and not too much for you. Moreover, although the design is great and the materials are wonderful, especially for this black version, it's to me a little bit too delicate. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I'm a maniac and I don't want to scratch my devices, so you have to pay a little bit more attention to this HTC One, at least for the black version, because it's prone to be scratched to me, although mine doesn't seem to have any single scratch, of course. Then let's talk now about the Pro. The design of this device is gorgeous, it's wonderful. The materials used are very good, extremely solid. It's a brick device, it's great. Maybe it's the first really premium feel device into the Android panorama, so very good device for what concerns design and materials. We have the new Sense, which is a good addition, especially the blink feed. We have this gorgeous display. Maybe the only downside is a little bit too small. Maybe I would have loved to have 5-inch display. Anyway, this 4.7 display is gorgeous, very high. Pixel density is extremely sharp and does really great direct sunlight visibility, which is a good plus if you plan to use it outside. Very good viewing angles, very good color saturation and black point level, so it's one of the best display actually on any device. Well, the camera too is very good. I mean, as I told you, maybe it's not the most detailed camera you can find on the market, but it's one of the most useful. Why I say it's one of the most useful? Because you can be sure that you will be able to capture your moment no matter what kind of light you have, and this is really a great plus in everyday life. What else? We have even the audio output, which is great, both from the headphone jack and even from these two stereo speaker, with a dedicated amplifier, so it's really good. We even have this welcome addition, which is the IR blaster, and we have a very good application for IR blaster. It's even capable of learn the IR code of a remote that you put in front of it. So if you plan to use something else and you don't have the brand of your device into the already preset devices, you can just learn the IR code from your remote. So this is very good. We even had FM radio, which may sound strange to be considered a pro, but nowadays some devices like Galaxy S4 remove the FM radio, and I know that's for some of you. I mean, not me, I don't used to listen to FM radio, but anyway, to some this is a good plus. What else? The device, as you have seen, it's completely smooth, fast, no lag. It's really a pleasure to be used. So if we even consider the battery life, this is not a bad device at all. I mean, I was able to close my day with maybe from 45 to 50% left in battery with medium usage. I mean, we have 5 push Gmail account, 1 push Exchange account, 1 pulled Yahoo, and Twitter, and browsing, maybe few calls, few messages, but medium usage, and I can close the day with 50, even 50 percentage battery life, which is very, very good. So if we sum up everything, this is a great product, maybe one of the best two product actually into the Android scene. Great design. If you love great design, great materials, if you want a fast device capable of doing almost everything, with a great camera, although maybe not the most detailed camera into the market. I mean, the output won't be the most detailed picture into the market, but anyway, it will be picture with great light reproduction. This is the device you have to take. HTC this time has done a wonderful job. I really hope that this device will help HTC to solve the problem it's having in these last years. So the final review was maybe a little bit long. I hope I haven't been too boring for you. Once more, thanks for watching, and bye from TechnoLost.